I'm gonna take you on a ride. We're gonna burn through the night. Why you're so salty? I'll still take a bite.
Okay, you can take my Lambo. I'll put on a tight show. You sure you can handle?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome comedian Josh Lee. Josh, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks, mate. Thanks for having me on.
No, thanks for coming on the show, man. So you're a stand-up comic. You do stand-up comedy.
Yep.
How long have you been doing the comedy for, man?
Only about 3 months now. Yeah.
You've been doing comedy for 3 months.
Yeah, so I'm quite fresh.
But how many gags have you got in 3 months? How many gags you got? How many? What's the number?
I'm just constantly writing. I've probably got about 12 that I've written, and probably another half a dozen planned. Yeah.
So have you got a strong couple of gags there? You got a strong couple of gags, or is it kind of pretty hit and miss? I mean, where's it kind of at? You know.
Well, I'd like to think that they're pretty strong, but some haven't been as strong as I originally thought.
Yeah. But I mean, what got you into comedy? Like, why do you want to start to do comedy for? Like, why do you want to start it for?
Well, you see, like I love making people laugh.
Yeah.
Seeing a smile on someone's face because of something I've said, it really makes my day.
Is that what got you into it? It got you into it. You wanted to see people smile. You want to see people smile and have a good time.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, I can make my friends laugh, and doing that actually makes my day. So I thought, well, why don't I spread this out and start entertaining wider audiences?
So where do you want to go with your comedy? Like, what do you want to do? You got the radio gigs. You know, you got the ABC and SBS. You know, you got the Netflix. You've got kind of people like Will Ferrell who make the Hollywood movies. Where do you want to be in comedy, or where do you want to be like down the future? What's the dream?
Well, for starters, I'd like to get my own stand-up gigs, just me on stage.
Yep.
That's probably the soonest thing that I would want to do. And then down the track, I love acting, so I want to maybe get into some TV or some movies.
Yep. So you want to? So how many gigs are you doing a week?
At the moment, because I'm still only fresh, I'm only doing like 1 or 2 a week.
Okay, that's cool.
Just starting. But I'm going to try and do 3 to 4 a week very shortly. I'm going to start expanding it.
Okay. So and you're doing basically the open mic nights. You're doing the open mic nights, the tryout nights. Mm-hmm. And so your goal is to get like a strong 20-minute routine.
Yeah.
Strong 20 minutes. Say, and how many good gags you got though? I mean, you got like what would you consider? How many good gags you think you got? Like 3 good gags? You got 5 good gags?
I reckon I've probably got about maybe 6 good ones. Yeah.
You got 6 good gags?
Yeah.
Give us one of your good gags. Give us one of. There's no judgment here.
It's just. I don't think it's appropriate for.
It's not without an audience and a mic. It's not going to.
No. I just don't think that the language in it is appropriate.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. Cool.
Like,
have you got a clean gag? You got a clean gag? Like a gag that's kind of clean.
I do have a couple of clean gags, but none that are true and tested.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Give us an example of a gag you're working on. Something you're working on. Just give us an example of something that you're kind of working on.
All right. Well, here's one that I was just working on last week. So you've heard about the strawberry problem we've had in Australia.
Strawberry.
And from what I've read, they don't really know who started it. They know where it's coming from. It's up in Queensland. That's where it originated.
Yeah.
But they don't really know where it started. And then I thought, well, hang on. What are they putting in these strawberries? They're putting in pins and needles.
Yes.
Well, who uses pins and needles all the time? Grannies.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So we should be looking towards them. And then I thought, well, why would they be doing this? And then I actually thought about it. Well, they're getting to this old age and they're not long for this world, right?
Yep.
So they've probably come to the realization that they don't want to go out alone. They want to take as many people with them as they can.
Yeah. They want to take out. They're on a mission to kind of.
That's right. They're going to cull this world, right? We are so overpopulated, and they're like, right, I've got an idea. I'm going to take as many young folks with me as I can.
Yeah. You could maybe say in that gag that maybe it's your grandmother that's doing it. Would she let you get away with that, or
Well, see, the problem with my nan is she's so old, she probably wouldn't even remember that I've said it.
Right.
So for all I know, she could be the one.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
but then she's got the perfect alibi because she could never remember doing it. So you can't
she's got
you can't prove it.
Alzheimer's. Yeah. What if someone was trying to sew the strawberries together, and that's how they've left the needles in them. Like it's it's quite innocent. You know what I mean?
Now that is some new age hippie stuff right there.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm just into sewing strawberries. You know what I mean? And I've had hold that thought. We're going to cut to executive producer Ernie. Ernie, are you there? Are you there, Ernie?
G'day, Katie. How you going, mate? I'm meeting up with Ed and Senna, and we're going to go around the racetrack, and I'm going to become the king of the earth, and I'm going to meet up with the Rockefellers, and we're going to start the new world order, and there's going to be massive changes all along the planet. Oh, my bad, you're bad. We're going to bring in the robots to take control of mankind.
Tell us another gag you're working on. Give us another example of a gag you're working on. Just something you're working on. Some idea, just a kernel, some seed of an idea that you got in the back of your head.
It's hard to think off the top of your head. Like I've got so many that I'm working on. I mean, there's ones that I've tried. I think they're funny, but they didn't really work. So
give us one. Give us a gag that you think is funny that hasn't really worked. Like one that
all right.
Yeah, the one that you thought was cool that didn't resonate.
Yeah.
Give us an idea.
All right. Well, so I was born Christian, right? So but I'm not an active Christian. However, I follow everything that's happening. And one thing that I've tried turning into a joke is, well, the three wise men.
Yeah.
How stoned were they to follow a star? Can you imagine that? They rock up to a barn. Oh, how'd you find the place? We followed a star, man.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it's got the kernel there
Yeah.
of the three wise men. Right? Yeah. But what you could maybe say, those three wise men would have been wiser if they'd kept the gifts to themselves.
Yeah. Well, and the gifts.
I mean, myrrh and gold and
frankincense. Well, that's
frankincense.
Well,
What is
that's where
frankincense?
it's supposed to be an aftershave, and that's where I went to. They're supposed to be wise men, and yet look at the gifts they gave.
They're giving
Frankincense. Hey, your baby stinks. Here's some aftershave.
Yeah, no. Your baby needs a shave. Your baby needs a shave. Here's some aftershave.
I reckon the smartest guy was the guy that gave them gold, because, like, as everyone knows, if you can't think of a good gift, give someone gold. Money.
Yeah,
money.
Cash. Exactly.
Yeah. Really, they should have just given it a rubber ducky and a teddy bear. I mean,
I need you to talk to my wife about giving money.
She doesn't give you enough pocket money.
Basically, yeah. So okay, so we've got the gag. So there's the kernel of the gag is there. Okay, the three wise men. They're following a star. Really, they're kind of like if I followed a star, to kind of Ninbin or something, you know what I mean? Like, I'd kind of be like, someone would be giving me, herbal medicines, You know what I mean?
You spent one too many days out in the desert.
Yeah. I'd be kind of like, maybe medicated or something, you know what I mean? And, kind of put in a rubber room, you know what I mean? Hey, I'll follow to start an Ninbin, with some aftershave, So the kernel's there, the kernel of the gags. Give us another gag. What's another gag you're working on that you try and work out? What's another one? I mean, there is something there, I reckon, with that one. Yeah, what's another one?
I'm working on that. I'm still working it out.
It's in the meatworks. It's in the
meatworks. Yeah.
Just anything. A kernel of an idea you've had, a moment of inspiration you've had.
All right. Well, here's one that actually did work, and I think this is pretty clean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Now, I used to drink a lot when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure most people are the same, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying I'm an alcoholic, but when you wake up, when you wake up the next day covered in bruises that you can't remember how you got them, well, then you start to hear the alarm bells, right?
Yep.
When you pass out in a pile of your own vomit,
Yep.
warning.
Yep. I'll tell you a funny story though.
Yeah.
I remember being so drunk that I passed out at a party and I was vomiting, and the dog was eating up the vomit. Yeah, you know what I mean? It was gone. But the funny thing was that my friends were there taking photos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're the
Hey,
best
good one,
friends
guys.
to have. That would have been that would have been me.
I mean, I should track down those photos and put them on my Facebook page. You know, me vomiting on the ground while the dog's eating my vomit with my friends taking photos.
Well, probably the funniest thing that's happened to me at a party was once. Me and my mates, we used to have this thing that we did at the parties. We used to, every different bit of alcohol, we used to mix into the same bottle. Right?
Okay, yep,
and we used
yep,
to pass it around. Everyone that came had to take a swig, and it was so alcoholic. We used to call it vomit.
Okay, yep.
I remember one time I went there, and this is how much alcohol I used to drink.
Yeah,
I drank 3/4 of a big bottle of it.
Yep,
I didn't even notice. Probably lasted about 2 hours before I vomited in the garden, or my mate passed out in it.
I'll tell you. Okay, you got me telling stories there. You got me telling my own stories. You got me telling my own painful stories. A whole bunch of us rented a house down in Sorrento for New Year's Eve, right? And I'm not a drinker, okay? And they got me to mix the alcohol, and they got me mixing alcohol with kind of grape juice and kind of sweet things. And I'm not a drinker at all, and I was just mixing all the alcohol. I don't know why they gave me the job to do it, right?
Yeah.
And I was drinking. Anyway,
Well, you got to taste it.
Yeah. Anyway, there was this huge party, right? And at about 7 o'clock at night, I pass out.
Yeah.
And I wake up the next day.
Well, that's how you know it's been a good party.
I wake up the next day and I'm looking around. I'm going, what happened to New Year's Eve? Like where to go? Anyway, one of my saddest stories. But Josh, I want to thank you for coming on the show, mate. You've been a great
thank you for
guest,
having me.
and I want to wish you all the very best of luck with your comedy. And I'll tell you something. There's a reality about comedy, right? And that is that the more you do, the better you get. The better you get, the more confidence you have. And your routine is like your armor. You know what I mean? You come out to a hostile crowd. There's hecklers out there. You've got this killer routine. You know that you're gonna. It's almost like you're an army charging at the audience. You got this killer gags. You go with you got your three best ones to start. As soon as you give them your three best, the audience sit there, they go, okay, we know this guy's funny now, we trust him. And then you can loosen up a bit, you can give him some of your B grade stuff, so start with your strong stuff.
That's a good idea.
You're definitely going to get somewhere, you're going to make it, man. I look forward to seeing your career and following it, man. And
thanks.
Can't wait to see you in the movies one day. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thank you for
God
having
bless.
me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I want to get a wife so that I can go and get married. And when I get married, I can marry Annie Sigley. And if I marry Annie Sigley, then that means that I'm in showbiz and I've been successful. And I can go and have a honeymoon with Brian Naylor and Annie Sigley. And we can live in the Bahamas and I'm in showbiz too. I finally made it, and then I don't tell Mommy that I'm successful and to stop telling me that I'm not, there's something wrong with my mind.
I don't want to offend you, but you'll never see me again.